Captain of Industry Update 3, we are back, baby. Yes, Captain of Industry, one of my favorite games of all time. It was already amazing when it first launched in early access out of nowhere. Then update 1 came, and it became even better. And update 2 became even better. And now we have update 3, which honestly is, as they say, huge. It brings so much more, both in terms of new content, along the game, but also end game for sure. I actually said in the last update, update 2, that I thought this update was great, but it was missing a bit more of end game content. Clearly they heard me, and now we're gonna have so much fun. We're definitely not going to go through the list of all changes because there's so many. We're just gonna discover them all together. And by the way, yes, I know I'm a bit late. This update came out a couple of weeks ago already. But the great thing with this is that while usually, I do a series, I maybe even create it before the update or the game comes out, and then it comes out and they change a few things. In this case, it's the opposite. They have already fixed a lot of the balancing, a lot of the bugs, as you can see in some of these updates over here. So hopefully this is almost bug-free and balanced. As I did with each of the updates, we're gonna start a completely new map and do it from start to finish. I will also update my very famous tip video towards the end. For now, don't hesitate checking the video description below if you want to see it, because it's still very relevant. It's not like they've changed that much that my tips video are not relevant. As they say, there's a completely new map over here that is made for trains. So we have to do it. I know most people out there are using that one, but we have to do it. I mean, we did a custom map of Paris last time, alright? And so this time, I think let's use that one. We have 3 starting locations, one easy one hard one, and one insane. I mean, the insane one is definitely insane because you need to basically create a bridge, probably somewhere over here, over there, like that seems way bigger. So you need to create a bridge and you have barely enough resource. You don't even have all of the resource on this island, so it's gonna be impossible. I think the hard one may be a bit too hard, so let's start with the normal easy one. So even if you have never played the game, this is totally fine for you. This is huge maps, as they said. We're going to then move and play on the normal captain difficulty, because as a YouTuber also, when you get to super hard difficulty, each episode becomes very long and you're not making a lot of progress. But on the other hand, we will definitely use these realism and realism plus. I used that already in the last series. We will continue to do this. So this is basic stuff. Like if you don't have enough food, people will die. It's not like they're not happy, is they die. If you don't have fuel, your vehicles don't move. That's this. And we will also have the ore sorting. I wasn't sure, to be honest. We used it in the last one, but I think it's a lot more realistic. Basically, when you dig, and if you dig in a place where there's multiple different types of material, you're gonna have to sort them first. We will though also use this one, the resource boost. Not so much because I want to make it easy, like the full deconstruction refund is not really something I really want, but I do want the extra starting resource so that the first episode can be a bit faster for you all. And the infinite world mines is not because I really want to use them, but it's just in case towards the end, we want to do something crazy, it's good to have that. Do note that you can customize even further. If you go over here, you can actually change every single thing to higher, lower, etc. So don't hesitate to check that out. We're not gonna touch anything there. And we're dedicating this series to I Love Comic. Thank you for your support on Patreon for several years already. I really appreciate it. And if you want any of the trucks or ships to be named after you, don't hesitate to join the Patreon community or the YouTube membership. Last but not least, I will also post in the video description below this game seed here if you want to really play on the exact same one. And we are off. Welcome, Captain. It's January of year 001. We're gonna go to many years, I guarantee you. But here we are on the new island. Now this is the kind of a wiki if you want. There's a lot of details. I'm obviously not gonna show you because instead I'm going to detail everything. But let's enjoy this new feeling of a completely new series, completely new island. We have a revamped UI, as you can see at the top, with things like my food, how much is left, my health, my population, how many workers are available, free housing, vehicles. So all of these are really key metrics we're gonna need to keep an eye out all the time. Then we have a research on this side, my goals. This is gonna be notifications on this side. So quite a lot. We have the build menu at the bottom, right? Very classic, doesn't change that much. There is a control F function, so you can actually find things. You can also use it, by the way, to make calculations, because that can be useful for sure in this game. The resources here, remember you can choose which one you want to see here. We have all of the recipes there. So anytime you're looking for, okay, how am I going to make, I don't know, like electronics, right? You can search, you can find it, and then it shows you how to produce it, how to consume it, everything is there, right? So that is really powerful. And as I said, you have all of the products over here, and you can decide what you want to see on the side here and what you don't want to see. For now, maybe there's not that many, to be honest. We can put them all. In the future, there will be way more. We have also same for food and all the other things, right? There's going to be a lot of good data for us to look at in the future. But yeah, we're going to follow for now a bit, the objectives. We need to start our iron production and our food production. We have our population over here. They want some food through a food market. For now, potato is the only one we have. There is this abandoned communication station, which we basically will want to recycle to get some scraps and some concrete slab before we can produce it ourselves. These things here, don't worry too much. You can destroy them, not a problem. We can actually even clear them if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, here it is. They've been cleared, done. I think it did use a bit of Unity, but that's okay. We have the layers there. In the future, we'll get many other tools. But the layers are quite important at the beginning, right? You want to make sure you know where the resources are. For example, where the crude oil is. The iron is something we're gonna want to get into very quick. We do have some sand there, so that's good for production. We have some coal. So yeah, quite a lot of nice resource, not too far. But we do know that we're gonna need to expand. I mean, on that side, we're a bit stuck. We have the crazy island in the future, potentially to have a bridge, or we're gonna need to go across, right? But this is a huge mountain. It has also resource on the other side, or maybe we go across over here. We have, I think, very quickly we're gonna want to go up here because we're gonna be stuck there, but let's go up here, then we can go down for some more resource on both sides, and we can go up here, get access to gold. This is, I think, the closest gold we can get to. By the way, there's new resource, titanium, bauxite, uranium. This wasn't on the map before. But yeah, this is gonna be a really big map. Like, we're definitely going to need, some trains to go all the way there. I think if you think about the maps before, it would probably have gone from here, maybe to here, max. But now you have all the way there, and this was only, the middle. Then we have also the other side, right? We have the starting point, we have the same on the other side. So this is a huge map. A lot of crude oil here. What is that, iron? Let me check. No, this is not iron, this is bauxite. Okay. So a lot of bauxite in the middle of nowhere. Very cool. But yeah, let's get started. Enough talking. We're gonna want some farms, and those farms, they're probably gonna want to deliver here into the food market. The question is, do we leave the food market here, or, we do have the water on this side. I'm just planning quickly. We're gonna want for sure, a lot of my industry here close to the iron. But having food here is gonna be important to probably put my food in the future on this side. I would love to expand the city over here too, though. But we have the crude oil. They're creating a challenge here. They're creating a challenge for sure. I'm thinking we are going to move that thing. We are going to move that food market. I don't even know if we have access to it. Here it is. We have food. Then we have the diesel, smoke, building, research. That's going to be critical. Here it is, food market. So I am going to do something a bit sneaky. Is I'm going to put a new food market here, and we're going to put a farm if we have the space. Okay, we don't have the space here, but what we can do is, oof, that's not great actually, because we have a lot of trees in the way. Okay, forget about it. So we will do for now something like this. Basically, the output of the farm can go directly into the market, so we don't need any trucks for this. We're not going to cancel that one, but that means I probably need to expand my city a bit more on this side. Then, as I said, I think we probably will want some research right away, maybe even 2. I'm not gonna put it here, we're gonna put it on this side. 1 and 2. It takes some people, but that's pretty much it at the beginning of the game, so not too bad. And then on the other side, we're gonna want to clean some trees, especially over here. Let's make some space, right, for trees. Also over here, we want all of these gone. Maybe there. Okay, so this needs to go. And then we should prepare already a production a bit more on this side. This is where we're gonna get the iron, which is again why I didn't want to put the farm there, but that's okay, we can take it out later. So we will get our trees, we will need to transport our trees. Basically, we can't go through the farm, so let's put it somewhere over here, where they're going to deliver the trees from that side, and that's going to create 2 things, some coal and some exhaust. So we need to do something with the exhaust, and right now we don't really have a choice. We basically need to burn it. I will not put it on it, I will put it just next to it, so that in the future we can potentially have another one on the other side. But that's a good start, and that's probably, by the way, something they tell us. Yeah, build a coal maker and a smokestack, good. And then they're gonna want a blast furnace. So let's go, the blast furnace is over here. It's gonna take some of this coal. So let's go. We can potentially make it connected. No, we can't because of the smokestack. I thought we could. Did I misremember something? Oh, it's okay. I will just put it very close like that. So this is going to take this coal plus a bit of iron scrap to make the molten iron and some more exhaust. Now in this case, we're gonna make it simple for now. You can always destroy later in the future. And we have the molten cast. Now this is, by the way, going to create 24 for a minute. This is only going to use 12. So what you want to do is already have pretty good kind of ratios, where we know that here this is going to be a ratio of 2. So let's press C and already put a second one, and then we can extend the molten line, which is the only one we have right now. If we look at molten, we have a line of molten. We don't have a line for these resources here. We're going to unlock it later, and it makes sense because nobody can transport molten things, right? It's burning. It's gonna burn anybody that try to transport it. Okay, but yeah, connected to 2 metal caster, a smokestack. We've done all of this. Now we can unpause. I was paused, by the way, with the space button, and you're gonna see my truck. They're gonna start moving. They're gonna take resources from my shipyard, which is damaged right now, so we're gonna need to rebuild it. They take all of these resources, they send them to the buildings so that they can get built. Mainly construction parts at this point, to be honest. And we have also on this side, we have this tree harvester. And this tree harvester is going to cut the trees, but it cannot transport the wood. So what we need to do is assign some pickups. We're going to assign 2 to this, so that anytime a tree is cut, let me show you. Here it is. It's going to cut a tree. It's a beautiful animation, by the way. They've been refining it. So it is. We have, I think this truck has been assigned probably. So it is. It's cutting the wood. And so now the wood is ready to be put on this truck. Yeah, pretty cool animation. I know it's not perfect, obviously in reality it's slightly more complex, but I love it, I love it. And now we have the truck that will deliver this wood basically somewhere, right? It could be storage, or in this case, it's gonna be definitely a coal maker. This guy here has some parts, he doesn't know where to send them. Not really my problem. The farm is being built on fertile ground, which basically means grass, like you can't make it on stones or obviously on the sea, or also in the future we can drop waste or things like this. It has to be there. We do have a problem for this is, again, we're gonna need some scrap. So they need to get the scrap, they will get it over here. Right? In the future, we can get it on other places, of course. We have the farm that is created. It's gonna take some water and obviously use a bit of fertility of the soil to make some potatoes. So the water in this case right now is gonna need to come from rain. So hopefully it's gonna rain soon. Otherwise my production may be quite small. We need fertility, right? And the fertility can be replenished in the future either by waiting, like doing nothing, or it can be replenished with fertilizers or a couple of other things, which we'll talk about in the future. There's also, I know, many other things here that we can, we don't really need to talk about right now. But yeah, as soon as, you know, this is ready, it's going to produce and send directly into the food market, where we have a bit of reserves, but we definitely want to make sure we get more. The iron production, I think, has started. If you look over here at the coal, you can see this is slowly but surely starting. This is the reserves of wood that are inside, right, the building, and that's creating some coal and some exhaust. The exhaust is obviously being sent here. You can see it. Here it is. It's black. It's not good, but we don't have a choice. We are then using some scrap too to make the molten, and you see this molten here coming out and going into this building and slowly but surely creating actual iron, which then my trucks can come and pick up. So we have actually finished the iron production and get a few rewards. Definitely take them, right? That's gonna help us to get started. Production of potato, we need to wait. We need to now have a diesel generator to start power production and research construction. Now the good thing is we have started also a research there, right? But it does require electricity to function. You can see this is a problem. It's idle because this is red. We have also the trading dot that we want to research, and we need to build a waste collection to have an area also for dump. So in this case, I forgot this is over here. Yes, we're going to put it, I mean, we said we're gonna drop here probably first, but I probably want to expand the population here. So let's put it more on the side, like here. This is going to, you know, start kind of collecting the waste from my people when they eat. You can see here 12 of waste. So it's gonna start collecting this waste, but then we need to put this waste somewhere. So we're gonna need to dump it somewhere. There is a tutorial, by the way, and everything, but I'm gonna show you where we can dump it into the sea so that we start terraforming the sea, or we can make a small bridge, like somewhere over here. We could make a bridge so that, no, wrong one. Sorry about that. So we want to make sure we rotate it with R. Yeah, so it's been rotating, and now instead of going up, we're gonna want it to go down. Actually, down like this. Is it the wrong one? Wrong side. Okay, now it's going down. So it is. You can see it is now going down. So here is where we're going to dump. Green means it's fine, they can dump. Yellow is they won't be able to dump right away, but they will get there at some point. So that is done. They're going to start dumping waste, I think, very soon. this should increase. Yeah, it is. We have some reserve. So a truck will come and dump it. For the diesel, so let's go over here, power production. Right now we only have diesel. In the future we'll have much more, including fast breeder reactors and things like this. So really cool stuff. But yeah, so right now we only have this. So we don't really have a choice. We're going to put a diesel generator, and I'm actually going to put it for now over here because my reserves of diesel are here. So we're just going to put one. It's going to produce 800. We only need 80 for now. In the future, I guarantee you we're gonna need a lot more. Let's actually take out those layers for now. We have finished the food, by the way. We did produce a bit of food, so that is great. And this is, I guess, delivering directly there. So amazing, amazing. So let's collect this reward, get a bit more food and some more construction parts. The diesel generator is almost built. Done. So they're gonna, get some diesel here. We're gonna see it. It is. I love that the truck and trains and all of this, they look different based on what they transport. And it is, we're starting to make some pollution. It's not great, but at least we have electricity. So let's go into the research lab and decide what to do. We start the game with a couple ones that are already done, but we definitely want to do more. Construction, I think, was the first one they were asking for. Trading dock was the second. We're gonna want maintenance for sure, but I wonder if we don't do tools first. And then, yeah, I guess we have to go to maintenance. So you see, this is the one we're doing. Then number 1 in the queue, number 2, number 3 in the queue. Then we can go to the vehicles probably, and we can see later on. So that is the start. This is starting the research. We have 2 of them, so obviously it goes a bit faster, right? This is creating 3 research points for each of them. So basically we're halving the time. The waste hasn't started yet. Actually, there should be a truck with, yeah, here it is. Look at it. It's here, and it's gonna dump to start making the elevation. It's gonna take a while for these to be finished, but that way we use the waste for something kind of useful for now. It is not the best because it creates pollution, but it's better than nothing. Let's collect the reward again, and we're gonna be ready soon for those next 2. In the meantime, you may be wondering what some of those other things are. So let's talk about it. This is my population growth, and we see that my population is growing not by a lot, but it's growing right now. Then we have over here the Unity. Now the Unity is something that you're going to be able to use for a couple of different things. One is to be able to quick build some things, and the second is to be able to kind of use policies, let's say. All right, so for example, reduce the consumption of food and those type of things. And it can actually even do the opposite, where you can have policy where you increase the consumption of food to give you some Unity. Because later on, there will be much more important uses of Unity, like being able to trade. We have done the first research, and so with this, we've unlocked some new buildings, which you see, by the way, with this orange dot, which is the assembly over here. The assembly level 1, to be precise, because we're going to get many in the future. This is going to use, for example, some iron to make some mechanical parts, or some iron, some wood, and some concrete slab to make some construction parts. So this one, we're gonna need multiple of them. And to be honest, I think I should probably kill more trees, but for now, we don't really have a lot of trees. So let's put it simply, not too far from, the resources. We're going, and like I said before, you can use Unity, if you want over here, to speed up the construction by delivering the resource automatically. So it is, you do this, now it's being built automatically. I will build actually several of them. I forgot what is the button. Yeah, it's a shift if you want to keep the building. But yeah, I'm gonna build several because as you saw, there are multiple recipes. And in terms of the recipes, they've changed a bit how it works. Now you have to click on set recipe and choose what you want to do. We're gonna do one for each. So this one has this recipe, this one will have that recipe there, but you can definitely have multiple recipes. I'll show you that in the future. And the third one will probably not start right away, but that's okay. We can just do it. The goal is now to make 8 construction parts, which again is going to require a couple of different resources, but shouldn't be a problem. And yeah, as I said, now we've also unlocked another thing, the trading dock, which is actually pretty important because it can save you at the beginning. If you make a mistake, this can be a savior to enable you to basically trade with, you know, some other cities, what you're not producing enough of or what you're out of. We're going to put it very close right now to make it simple for my trucks, but in the future we will likely put it very far away. We have over here the first production, right? We've already made 4 construction parts, and we're gonna finish also soon the trading dock. We could use again potentially some Unity because it's not like I have a lot of other needs for it right now. But I have a problem, is I think we don't have enough wood. Let me check. Yes, we have 0 wood. So that's not gonna work. And I think the reason is, even if I'm producing wood, there's nowhere to store the wood. So the only thing we're gonna be able to do is, I think, just wait for trucks to get wood and send it over here. Or we're gonna need to wait for us to actually have storage of wood. We have now finished construction parts. We got 50 wood, so that could help, but I need more. We have the maintenance depot and producing maintenance. This is really critical. This is, you know, the lifeblood of your city, if you wish. So we should definitely go for it. This is going to take 2 new things, the mechanical parts and the electronics, and produce some maintenance. It will also cost some electricity and some people. But again, I think at this point, we really don't have a choice. I guess we should put it over here because we're producing those 2 things there. So it will be easy for trucks to deliver. In the future, of course, all of these will be connected with belts and trains and things like this, right? So I don't have, let me just check, where are the vehicles now? They're here. So I only have 1 tree harvester, right? And it is waiting right now, which is not a good sign. That means we should put more trucks on it because it should never be, you know, idle. Right now it's idle, that's not good. We did already clean a lot of trees there, which is great, potentially to help us also get more people in the future, because slowly but surely my number of workers is decreasing, of course, right? But yeah, we have over here, you know, delivered 90 out of 100, so just need a bit more wood. This is starting, perfect, so we can do that. We have the maintenance. Where is the maintenance now? Oh, it's here. Sorry. So the maintenance right now is 0%. That's very bad. That basically means everything is going to start breaking down. We need to make sure this stays as close as to 100% as possible. To do this, again, we're gonna need mechanical parts and electronics. Mechanical parts we're making over here, all good. Electronics, I think we are also starting to make thanks to reserves here. We have a bit of rubber, we have a bit of copper. We do have also, by the way, a bit of electronics, so that's fine for this. In terms of research, we are doing vehicle and mining now. We have unlocked quite a few other things. We have unlocked the beacon, that's going to help us get more refugees. That's very important. We have concrete, diesel, and the captain office. Good question. I feel like we probably want to get to diesel first, and then probably the concrete, copper, rubber. This is not that important, I think, in the beginning of the game, in my opinion. Even if we could potentially use those 2. Maybe let's go for it, actually. It's not bad. So, done. And yeah, we have finished the maintenance. We are starting to produce some maintenance. It's going to create... There is basically a reserve of maintenance. So this is why it says only 8%. Now it needs to increase a bit. What else? So we need to purchase some concrete slab for iron from the village on the world map. So let's trade. This is the world map. It's not very fancy, but it does the job. This is my island. This is, you know, a settlement, another island. And then these are point of interest. You could find nothing. You could find great resource. You could find another village. You could find a mine, or you could find trouble, pirates. So you have to be careful. In this case, I think they told us iron to concrete. This is costing some unity, as you can see, 0.5. And obviously this is costing resource, but they tell us to do it, so we're gonna do it. And again, I think the key thing is this can save you for sure. By the way, there is a lot of red there, so that's not great. We're gonna need to kind of improve that, except I guess for the waste. It's fine to have a red waste. But yeah, we have now made some good progress, ladies and gents. We have some electricity, yes. We have some food. We are doing some research. We have started really basic production chains over here. And we are going to soon be able to do a lot more, because soon we will be able to build a vehicle depot, so we can then get, you know, more of these tree harvester, more trucks, but also some excavator to start mining. We have also at that point, you know, we'll get some new recipes. If you look over there, there is another recipe to do the same thing. To do molten iron, there's another recipe, but instead of using iron scrap, we'll use iron ore from, you know, the ground, right? We will also want to make the beacon, to have more housing, to do the captain. Then we need to start fixing your ship and much more. So I hope you're excited with this new series. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you have any questions, thoughts, or requests for this series, and I hope to see you next time.